welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super hype about today's show because the person that is joining me today on Check the Rhymes is actually the person that helped name the show Check the Rhymes. And I think he kind of did it on accident. He may not have realized that he was giving me ideas. So you guys know him as the Prince of Sophisticated Soul with that deep, buttery baritone voice and his old chocolatey self. Yes, y'all, Mr. Will Downing is in the house today. He has a new single out. We're going to talk about that. And I am going to ask him your fan-submitted questions on social media. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss today's show. In the building today is Mr. Chocolatey himself, Will Downing. Welcome to Check the Rhymes. How are you?
I was looking for Mr. Chocolate. I'm like, who's she talking about? So far, it's just us. I was like, is someone else coming on? Is Seal coming on or something like that? Or... How you doing, darling?
I'm great. Wait
a minute. I'm sorry. I have to hit you with the official, check the rhyme, yo. Check the
rhyme.
There you
go.
Check the rhyme. And then hold on. I got a surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
Bam!
Stop it, we matched!
Check the rhyme, yo! Check the rhyme!
I love it. Thank you for supporting me. And I was just saying, that I don't know if you realize that by saying check the rhyme to me all the time, that is kind of what triggered me to call this Check the Rhymes. Because I was like, wait, my last name is Rhymes? See? It works.
Every once in a while, I get something that I do right. And plus Dobby now has clothes. Massa has given Dobby clothes, so I'm free.
I appreciate it. And you know what? And thank you for being patient, waiting on me to send you the merch, because I know I am trifling at times.
Your words, not mine. I know I am. I'm looking away. I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about, but yeah, she is trifling sometimes. Got my shirt. I'm good.
So tell me, how have you been? Especially, I think the last time we talked was probably almost a year ago, when Romantique Part 1 came out. And Romantique Part 2 came out in February, and then we hit the pandemic. So we didn't even get a chance to even get into that album. But I want to know how you've been doing during the pandemic, what you've been doing during quarantine. Just tell us, give us the tea. What you been up to?
You know what? I have been doing what most artists are doing at home, either being very creative or fixing up their house. One of the two. So for me, I've been recording a new project. So I'm working on album number 24. Actually, it's pretty much done. I've got 10 songs already. So we're ready for when things do open up and we go back to work. I'll have some new material. And actually, hopefully we'll talk about the new single that I'm releasing this week, or November 11th, whenever this airs. I'm just live, whatever. So yeah, November 11th, I'll have a single out. And yeah, so I've just been in work mode, trying to make the best of the time that we're off.
Yeah.
And that's it. All that stuff that we all been saying, when I have some time off, I'm gonna, and when I have some time off, I'm gonna. And so and I've been doing it all, getting it all done.
That's great. Cause I know some people are like, when I have some time off, I'm just going to rest. And then they've been like, I can't sleep.
It's weird. I mean, I thought that when this whole thing started going down, first I thought, yeah, this thing will last a month and we'll be back to work.
Right.
Then it went a little longer. And I was like, okay, well, what do you do? And then all of this started, all the Zooms and all the StreamYards and all the online performances and this. And I'm busier now than I was before, this whole thing happened, just with less money.
Well, I mean, busy's good. It keeps you occupied and keeps you from just sitting around watching Netflix.
I guess that could be good too, I guess.
Yeah. Or you could sit and watch Check the Rhymes on Zonify.
I'd do that anyway. I check the rhymes. So, now I can watch me on Check the Rhymes. And I can watch Lovecraft Country and then Check the Rhymes,
There you go. So since you brought up the new single, let's start there.
Let's go.
Okay. So Many Good, Die Young. It's a powerful song. powerful.
Thank you.
Like, I was like, he is not going to make me cry today.
Yes,
Not going
I
to let you
am.
do it.
Listen. If anybody, I boo-hooed long before y'all got to hear it. When we were writing it, and after we finished writing it, we were still kind of fine-tuning it. So we kind of Frankenstein the vocal together
Mhm.
while I was doing it. And I would sing 2 lines, and then I would just like get that that wait a minute, hold on now.
Yeah.
Like, hold on now. Next thing you know, it's like, yeah, snot
Oh,
and the whole tears. And I get myself together and I get behind the mic, and then my voice will have changed because I was in here boo-hooing. And I was like, okay, got to wait a couple hours till my voice gets back. Then my voice will get back. Then I sing them 2 lines more.
and they like, go.
You start booing all over again. So it took me probably like a day and a half to do the vocal. And not that it's a hard melody or anything like it, just
Yeah.
the emotional aspect of it, got me thinking about, I lost my father about 5 years ago. And
Hmm.
it got me thinking about him and friends that I've lost. And just so yeah, it's one of those songs that fortunately and unfortunately, fortunately, it'll be a very popular song for a long time. The
Right.
reason why is because, unfortunately, people are always going to pass away. If you're born, you're going to pass away.
Right.
And in this case, the song is "So Many Good Die Young." So it could be taken many ways. I mean, it could be taken very literally,
Hmm.
that young folks pass away, or even older people who were young at heart
Right.
who passed away. So, I would assume it's going to be a song that'll be used for memorials and homegoings and that sort of thing. So, it's a plus and a minus at the same time.
So some of the people that you highlighted, even in the video, I wondered, like, how did those specific people impact you? Like, if there's any like specific work or, that you were a fan of that they did, obviously with Kobe, obviously, like that's
Right,
obvious,
right,
but
right.
like anything like with like, I think Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney, any of those, Aaliyah.
Well, all of them. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, there's a second half to the video. And in the second half of the video, there's even more people
Hmm.
that, you kind of look at, and I'm not going to give it away because I would like people to go check it out
Yeah.
for themselves. But there's a few things that happen when you watch it. First off, you look at it and you go, damn, I haven't done anything with my life. And these people have done these
Right.
amazing things and passed away at this early age. The other part is that these people are so iconic that what they've done have changed the world,
Yeah.
and have impacted me personally. I mean, Michael Jackson was probably the first person that I'd seen and as a child and kind of said, hey, Ma, I can do that. I want to be
Mhm.
like that. I want to, when they were Jackson 5.
Yeah.
So, and to see him kind of say when he was going to do his, what was it, 50, 50, 50, he was turning 50 and he was going to do 50 dates in Las Vegas or something like that.
Yeah.
And then to see him pass away in the way that he passed away, or Prince, who kind of like predicted, his death. He just kept saying, well, something big is coming and something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And, and then they find him. So it's kind of like, this is
Right.
weird, and of course Whitney, and I can obviously relate more to the music people because of what I do.
Right.
But then you have luminaries who you'll see in the video as well. So like Martin Luther King is on the video as well, him and Malcolm, and you got to realize that these guys changed the world, and
Hmm.
they were only 39 years old when they passed away.
Yeah.
39.
Yeah.
So it makes you kind of like want to get on your game, and obviously you makes you feel like you need to do more in life to impact the world and to impact others.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Because that's funny, random thought that I was having when you were mentioning Michael Jackson. I'm like, a lot of people say that they would think like, oh, I could do that, but here I was being fast, thinking, oh, that's my boyfriend.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that.
I just that thought, like I was like, oh well. But with Whitney, it's since you brought that up, since she was just inducted into the Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame, even looking at the highlights from that, and it's just like, whoa, she accomplished so much
Yeah,
in
yeah,
in
it's
such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, people don't seem to realize that there's a lot of talented people on the planet and they've been on the planet.
Hmm.
But to reach that pinnacle, you know, to be that special, it ain't a fluke. That's God's work right there. And they found their purpose in life and they brought it to the world and they
Hmm.
impacted the world. So yeah, there's a lot of talented people, especially these days, where we live in an era where you're here and then you're just not.
Right.
Because there's so much going on in the world that, like, someone's death is almost like just a blurb, like, oh man, so and so passed away today. Oh man, really sorry to hear that. And then you scroll up a little bit and then you forgot about
Right.
what you just talked about.
Right.
It's like, yeah, Alex Trebek passed away. So, oh my God, I love, Jeopardy. I love Alex Trebek. Da, 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 da. And then you scroll up a little bit and it's like,
Exactly.
yes, so and so's performing live tonight. Like, oh yeah, really? And it's like, that's it. you know,
Yeah.
that is it. No more Alex Trebek, no more talking about him, no more
Hmm.
Sean Connery, no more whoever has passed away recently. It just is. It's you're here and then you're not.
Right.
So for these people to have done what they've done in their lives in this short amount of time is a miracle.
Absolutely. So tell me how people can get the single on the 11th and where they can see the video, all that fun stuff.
Well, you can get the single at all, regular outlets at iTunes or at Amazon, and you can download it there. As far as the video, you can punch up So Many Good Die Young, punch in Will Downing, and you can watch it on YouTube or something like that. But we prefer you to buy it.
There you go.
Well, so where's my camera? My camera?
Right.
We prefer you to buy it.
Y'all heard the
We'll
man,
take,
purchase it.
yeah, we'll take the money that jingles, but we love the kind that crumples. Old church stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, where's my collection plate?
Yeah, what's the best nation in the world? A donation. Please give. Yeah.
So let's double back because I brought it up earlier in the conversation. Romantique Part 2. Well, you know what? Romantique Part 1 was amazing, but Part 2, even more amazing.
I feel like I'm on QVC. Romantique Part 1. Bam!
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So basically, let me explain to people what these projects were about or are about. They're songs that were primarily dedicated to baritone vocalists.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't hear a lot about baritone vocalists anymore. It's like we're like dinosaurs at this point. It's almost, like we didn't exist at any time. So myself, someone like a Gregory Porter,
right,
or Kurt Erling, we're baritone vocalists. We're men with, slightly lower voices or deeper voices.
mm-hmm.
And so what I decided to do was to do this series of records. And I covered all these songs done by baritone vocalists. So you'll hear, remakes or interpretations of like Barry White,
Mm-hmm.
or Isaac Hayes, or Lou Rawls, Johnny Hartman, My One and Only Love. And, and then I threw some originals on here as well. So yeah, that's what it is. I think they're really good songs.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's a way for me to pay tribute to these amazing artists, because my voice changed at a very, very young age. And as we talked about just a minute ago, when I first started growing up, I was like, Michael Jackson, I can sing like that. I can sing that high. And, I'd be dancing around and my voice was high. And then I turned about 13 or 14 and it was like, nope. And it's like, well, who you gonna sing like now? I was like, well, who's out there? Like, well, Lou Rawls, like, you'll never find.
Yeah, Barry
like,
White.
Okay, Barry White, Isaac Hayes. So I'm like, these folks are my heroes. So yeah,
No, you
it's
didn't
a
model
tribute
us
to them.
model the Romantique Part 2.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Come on, QVC.
Hold on. I feel like I gotta get like I'm a hand model now.
There you go.
Hold on.
There you go. There you go. So is it the same artist that you kind of also covered on Part 2 as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And on Part 2, I threw a couple of originals in there as well. And one of the bigger singles off of there was a song called Ready, Willing, and Able.
Mm-hmm.
And also on this album, on Part 2, I did One in a Million, which was a Larry Graham classic. And the reason I did that, it's a stupid story, but mentally I had to do it. I had to, Shamik, I had to. When I was in high school, One in a Million was like a huge record.
Mm-hmm.
And we were having a talent show. And I told another friend of mine who sings, we were just talking. It's like, hey, man, what are you going to sing at the talent show? What are you going to sing at the talent show? I said, man, I'm going to sing Larry Graham on a One in a Million. He was like, oh, man, that's great, man. That joint, it's so hot. It's so big right now. That's going to be amazing. So when you got to school, you had to sign in as to what song you were going to sing. So I got to school and I saw the paper on the wall and I was about to sign in and I looked and I saw his name. And I saw One in a Million.
I hope you fought him. Tell me you fought him outside in the schoolyard. Tell me. That required blows.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. So,
or at least trip him in the hallway. Something.
Yeah, boy, I was pissed. I was to the what Amanda, old comedian, to the highest of festivity. I was pissed. So all these years later, and that's years ago. That's a long time ago. I'm like, I got your ass back. Yeah, yes. I got you back. Yes,
redemption.
And then plus, and he did it well on the show too. We had the talent show, and then he spun around at the last one. He said, "One in a million." He spun around and said, "You."
Oh, he just made it extra.
And the girls went crazy, and I was like, so what are you going to sing, Will? I was like, I'm going to sing Sad and So Distracted by Al Jarreau. They were like, who? I was like, Al Jarreau, he's the greatest singer ever. And they looked at me like, he's such a strange boy.
Well, I'd say you got your payback. The big payback.
The big payback. It's where I laugh.
I'm glad you picked up on that because some people would have been like, okay, girl.
Oh, really? Oh, well, yeah. It's called being old.
Okay.
In your case, you're a musicologist. You got the knowledge. Me, you're an old soul. That's right.
Yeah. I'm old too, but I'm an old soul.
Nah, you just old soul.
So, when I first heard your So Many Good Die Young single, it was in and I'm sorry, I'm reading my fake prompter here. We Are One Rising. So I wanted to talk about that, how that came together, who put it together, whose idea was it, because it was very powerful and getting that, telling people get out and vote, because clearly we got out there and voted.
Woo, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Whew, yeah. That's what it was all about. I mean, I'm part of a group, and we are called We Are One Rising. It's me, it's Mike Phillips, it's a brother named Melvin Rohn, another brother named Eugene. And so every Thursday, we basically get together and we kind of bitch and moan about like everything. It's, and there's a young lady who was part of the group, her name is Rhonda Nelson. And we kind of get up there.
Book club for men? Because
that's what we do, a book club. And, an additional, and we, and one woman. So we get on there and we complain. And a brother named Charles Whitfield is actually in Charlotte as well.
Yes, he is about to be inducted into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, which I am advisory board member of.
There you go.
Shout out.
Well, there you go. So yeah, you got him covered. We got it. And so yes, Charles is part of the group as well. And we get together every Thursday and we complain. Like, what's wrong with the world? We need it. They need it. So we decided that we were going to put this kind of group together and we're going to make a difference. We're going to talk about it. We're going to be about it. And with the election, when the election was coming up, we're like, we need to do something. We need to do our part. Aside from calling the little few friends that we got or posting it online, we need to do something to really inspire people who have not registered to vote to go out and register and to vote. And so I said, hey, I can call on some of my friends, and Mike Phillips called on some of his friends, and Charles called on some people, and everyone just started donating like either live performances or videos or whatever. Yeah. And one of the brothers who was a friend of someone in the group is like a video, I don't know what you call him. He's a video smart guy. He put it together really well. And he made all this thing kind of like make some sense and gave it some, cohesiveness. And we put it out, before the election, obviously, and before the day of voting. And we tried to hopefully we made a difference and inspire people to register and to go out and vote. But it was a great project. It was a great musical one.
Yeah.
And, it sort of inspired us now to do something else in regards to, that we'll be bitching and moaning about on Thursday.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna still put the link on my YouTube page so that people can still check it out, because I think it still is powerful. Like, especially even for the elections that are coming up, the recounts or, whatever else is going on. So,
well, yeah, it ain't gonna be no damn recount.
Well, you're right. But the one for I think it was a Senate seat or something.
Right.
Yeah, not for presidential. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no.
That's done.
No.
Right.
Pack your stuff. Take your lumps like a champ. You're lost.
Exactly.
Or in his words, you're fired. I guess it shows you who I voted for.
Right. Yeah. Same. So I have a little fun part of the show now that I love to do, and I love to incorporate the fans. So I had some fans DM me some questions that they have for you.
Okay. All right.
Are you nervous?
Very, but yeah, let's hear what you got. I can always act ignorant, or I can have a Stevie Wonder moment and look away.
Well, actually, you know what? I actually took the time and filtered these, so we might be okay today.
Well, great. All right. So if I don't like the questions, I can get to blame you.
All right. So the first one: if you were not in music, and that includes doing your radio show, what do you think you would be doing as a career?
Very good question. If I don't get back to work, I'll be asking myself that question again. I was actually, before I started doing this professionally, I was going into the military. So this was like, yeah. When I was coming out of high school, I was going into the Marines. It was me and my buddy. We were going through the buddy program. You put in 20 years together. And we had it all figured out. By the time we turned 38, we'd be set for life. You
still trusted people after that one dude did you dirty? The one in a million? I hope it wasn't him.
No, hell no. Hell no. No, he was a friend. Now, this is like my friend.
Okay.
Like brother.
Okay.
We were like, yo, man, you going to do it? I'm going to do it. And then we went down to the recruiter's office and we both put our pens down on that paper. And he was a year older than I was. So his birthday came before mine. And he signed and they was like, cool, great. You're a United States Marine. And he's okay, sir. And I signed mine and they were like, yeah, hold on. The numbers aren't adding up. It's like, you're 17. I was like, yeah. And they were like, yeah, you got to be 18. I said, yeah, but so what can I do? He was like, well, go home and get your parents' consent.
Yeah.
And, we can take you, we can take it and then hold on to it until you turn 18. I said, okay, cool. I ran home with a little paper and I'm like, Mom, Dad, I want to join the Marines. And they're like, Negro, you crazy. As I said earlier, my father passed away 5 years ago. I can hear him laughing like right now when I said, hey, Dad, I'm joining the Marines. He was like, you? And my buddy's name was Ralph. He's like, you and Ralph, y'all gonna save the nation. Like, y'all are like the first and last line of defense. Like, y'all, you.
Right.
like you can't even make your bed. Like, so,
oops.
Needless to say, he didn't sign. So, that's what I was going to do. So, other than that, I had stupid jobs. So I honestly, if I didn't make it in doing this, I honestly had no clue what I was going to be doing. None, not a zilch. I'd be a sidekick to check the rhymes. Hold on, because I got the shirt.
There you go.
Rhymes, yo. Check the rhyme. Check the rhyme, yo. Check the rhyme. I'll be the hype man in the back. While you doing your show, I'll be like, yeah. Go.
Now I gotta know, what was your first job ever?
Damn. I think I had all kind of stupid jobs. I worked at McDonald's for like a real short time. The
Wait, tell
dumbest
me you
job I
took
ever
the
had.
orders through the drive-through because I mean I would have just driven through
Oh
to
no,
hear the
there
deep
wasn't no drive.
voice.
No. I grew up in Brooklyn. It wasn't no drive through. It was like
Oh,
you walk in. This McDonald's, you walk in, and I hadn't even worked my way up to fries. So I, I was that dude. Like, hey man, there's a spill at table.
oh.
I was, I was the wax on, wax off. That was me. The dumbest job I ever had, though, I worked at, and they might not even have this where you're from. I worked at a Carvel's ice cream,
I think
and
they still have them. I think I've seen some here.
yeah, I worked there for like. Well, the hardest question of the day was, "Do you want a plain or sugar cone?" I was like, "There has to be more to my life than this. This can't be it. Really, Lord." You know, what was it? Oh man, what was it? What's the holiday? Uh, with the 4-leaf clover. What holiday? What is that?
Oh, St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. We had to make a cake. It was called Cookie O Puss. You know.
I almost got up and walked off just now. Oh my God.
Now you got me.
Oh my goodness, I was not expecting it to be called that.
I swear to you. He said, "We got an order. Yeah, well, Cookie O Puss." You know, one of the kids wants Fudgy the Whale. You know,
I would have been too immature to work there.
Listen, that's why I got the job.
Oh my gosh, that was a good
Idiot
laugh.
for hire. You know, I was like, "What are you gonna do with your life?" We're hiring Carvel. I'm like, I ain't doing nothing else. All right. Here's how you make a Cookie O Puss. Fudgy the Whale.
I swear I might have to call and see if they still make that.
I'm sure. Look it up. Carvel. You know,
Oh my goodness.
it was cornball,
Oh.
and it was in the hood. It was in Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn. It was like Carvel's, then it was like a pizza shop, and then it was a liquor store. And it was like, 3 beauty shops, like and people coming in. They made us wear the white outfit with the stupid hat and come walking in there. Yeah, man, give me that man, Cookie O Puss. Yo, money, why don't you hook me up with another scoop? Hook me up with a scoop. Yeah, no, give me more than that. Put some sprinkles on there. I want more sprinkles.
No, see, I wouldn't have the patience for that.
I didn't last long. That's all I can tell you. My tenure with them did not last long. Not like I moved up the corporate ladder.
Right. Well, I think you found your passion and are excelling in it.
Hallelujah.
All right. So
if I had made one more Cookie O Puss, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. You're going to have to give us the recipe for that,
There is no recipe. It's just like they had a cutout of like something from St. Patrick's Day, and you just fill the ice cream in there, and then you leave it in there with freeze, and then you lift the damn thing up. Ta-da! Cookie O Puss.
Every time you say it, it makes me laugh.
See, the first thing you're going to do when we finish is you're going to go to like www, like Carvel's Ice Cream or whatever it is, and you're going to see like Cookie O Puss and Fudgy the Whale. There's only 2 I can remember right now.